Hey guys, I feel funny starting every show like that when there's nobody here in the beginning. But I don't want to just sit here, you know. Let me see. Hopefully, I'll get some people here soon. I got one person. Who's that? Who is that? Somebody scrolling or a MobTube person? Or just a subscriber? Two people now. Even though there's only two of you, please hit the like button. Oh, you. What's up, bro? What, bro? What's your regular screen name? Because YouTube has all these names fucked up. But what's your regular screen name? That's not it, is it? I think Donald Trump is Satan. Even though I don't really believe in Satan. I don't think he gets more evil than him. That's going to be the topic of the day, the night, whatever. I think so. Oh, okay. All right. Well, how come I don't remember you from... It seems like... How long have you been around? Are you... I don't know. Have you been with me a long time or what? Because I don't remember that name, going back very far. You're just from the politics shows or what? I don't know, man. Guys, hit the like button. There's 5 of you. Tell me why you think Donald Trump is Satan. And if you don't, tell me why you don't. I could very easily tell you why I think he's Satan. And I think I'm correct, by the way. Oh, so you weren't in the chats much. Okay, gotcha. All right. I was confused. I was definitely confused. Hopefully I'll get some people here soon. MobTube, when I discovered pizza. Oh. You discovered him first, huh? Sorry to hear that. Fucking pizza. Although we can't say he's not entertaining. Even though he doesn't do anything to be entertaining. He's still entertaining. I was doing the show a little while ago, the MobTube show, playing his video, but I'm just real tired today. I got my mind on so much shit. I ended the show. Plus, I had something I had to do here, but... Oh, for real? Okay, me first. Good. That's how I found Tony. All right. Gotcha. Yeah, you don't want to run into him first, You probably wouldn't want anything else to do with the community after that. You'd say, all right, that's enough of this horse shit. 14 people, everybody hit the like button. Tell me why Donald Trump is or isn't Satan. Oh, you live out west? Nice. Your side doesn't have a coherent plan moving ahead outside of printing more money. David Peak, what's Trump's plan and the Republicans? What's their coherent plan moving forward? Go ahead, I'll wait. Satan doesn't exist, neither does God. I agree with you, but I just use that word as, it represents evil, pure evil. Plus, they believe in Satan, so, and God and all that bullshit. No, Donald Trump isn't Satan. Satan is likely afraid of him. Only if Satan is a 12-year-old girl who's afraid of being R-worded. Other than that, I don't think anybody would really be afraid of Trump. I'm still waiting for David Peak to tell me what's Trump and the Republicans' coherent plan moving ahead. Anderson, Trump is trying to broker peace in Ukraine and Gaza, but he's Satan. Yeah, exactly, because he's not trying. He wants Ukraine to just give in and surrender their land and just say, okay, Putin, you can have everything. Fuck it. And they don't want Ukraine to get anything out of it. No, he wants Ukraine to give in, even though it's Russia that invaded Ukraine. They aren't the bad guys, Ukraine. He wants them to just surrender, and that's it. That's another reason he's pure evil. And he's doing that because he's up Putin's ass. Putin owns him. So the fucking guy had to call Putin a month or so ago and ask if it's okay to send Ukraine Tomahawk missiles. And then guess what? He didn't send any. I guess Putin told him no. Unbelievable. No, none of them exist. But you don't disagree. No. I totally disagree. I could tell you exactly what some of Kamala's plans were and stuff, without a doubt. I mean, while Donald Trump was talking about electric boats and sharks and Hannibal Lecter and Al Capone and fucking they're eating the cats and dogs and Venezuelans taking over apartment buildings, Kamala was laying out policy proposals. You know? Trump has added off-the-scale debt to the U.S. national debt. He has. He certainly has. It's a shocker that Republicans are fucking the people just like Democrats. Both sides do it, smart guy. You're just as brainwashed as MAGA. No, I'm not. I'm not. I could say both parties suck and none of them care about us. But they're two completely different platforms. I mean, they stand for different things. They run on different things. And their policies are completely and totally opposite of each other. So, you know. The fact that you believe that tells me you're brainwashed. How about people going into the meat grinder? How about stop people going into the meat grinder? What does that mean? Show me where Trump has been charged, arrested, or arrested to illegal conduct with an underage girl. Well, I could show you some civil suits that he settled for raping young girls. Do you want me to? I can show you that. As far as charged and convicted, well, we'll see what the future brings. But usually, you know, the way it looks in Donald Trump's past, he just pays the parents millions of dollars and it all goes away, you know? Putin's meat grinder? Okay. Let me see. What was your first? I don't know. Dude, I know you hate Trump, but Kamala was a terrible candidate. Yeah, I agree, but nowhere near as bad as Trump. There's just no way. You can't even equate the two. Kamala Harris is an accomplished woman. Donald Trump is a reality TV show host. You're retarded. You have no idea what you're talking about. Kamala Harris never had a plan to even take a shit. No, because you don't listen. You listen to Fox News and they tell you she has no plan, so you say she has no plan. You could go watch any one of her rallies on YouTube right now and watch all the policy proposals she lays out. There you go. Both parties suck, but one party sucks for the poor, and one party sucks Russian and rich people's dicks. Exactly. Of course, yeah, I know. Trump, yeah, and Trump doesn't know anyway. He doesn't know anything. So evidence of contact with underage girls or boys. Would him settling lawsuits where he's accused of molesting and raping young girls and boys, would that do it? Just out of curiosity, would that be enough for you? Probably not, right? No, because you'll just keep moving the goalpost. I know how you guys do it, but I'll read the shit to you anyway. You know, and then you could tell me how it's bullshit or it doesn't matter. Or, oh, he wasn't charged criminally, so you know, you'll do some mental gymnastics to make all this shit okay in your brains. Illegal conduct. Yes, this is illegal conduct. Michael Parker, 10 years old, oral rape. That's illegal conduct. Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, Florida, 1992. Trump paid his parents a $3 million settlement. Now, imagine in your brains that it was Biden that did that. How would you feel about it? Kelly Fewer, 12 years old, $1 million settlement paid in 1989. Allegations of forced intercourse, Trump Tower, New York City. Charles Bacon, 11 years old, $3 million Trump settled for. Allegations of oral and anal intercourse, 1994, Trump Tower, New York City. Rebecca Conway, 13 years old, claimed intercourse and oral sex, Trump Vineyard Estates, Charlottesville, Virginia, $5 million settlement. Marie Oliveira, 12 years old. Her family was paid $16 million to settle allegations of forcible intercourse occurring in Mar-a-Lago, Palm Beach, Florida. So, but I know none of that counts. I know. What is the most damning thing of Trump and the Epstein files? Thank you, sir. Well, we'd have to get the Epstein files to find that out. which is, you know, what Democrats have been working on. Kamala sounds drunk all the time. Well, Kamala's not drunk all the time, but Trump is retarded all the time. And Kamala is 1,000 times brighter and more well-spoken. I'm not even a big fan of Kamala's, but to even compare Trump to anybody who's accomplished anything in their lives is pretty fucking absurd. You know what I mean? Like Trump was handed everything that, you know, that he ever had from his dad. He didn't create anything from the ground floor. His dad transferred about $500 million to him by like 1997, starting in the early 70s. His casino fails. His dad buys $3 million in chips and doesn't use them, doesn't cash them in, as a way to give him $3 million fucking dollars. You know, he was a slumlord in New York. He was known as a scumbag who would throw old ladies out on the street. He cheated on every wife he ever fucking had. You know, he literally speaks on a third grade level. He has an IQ of about 70 probably. And, you know, he even you know, his school was bullshit. That was all paid for. He didn't do anything in school. He's literally a fucking moron who, when asked about the Declaration of Independence a couple of months ago in the Oval Office, he had no idea what it was. So why support one or the other when they are fucking people? You assume keen on your side being right and them being wrong. What does that mean? I am an independent voter who hates both sides, but yet I'm brainwashed. Yeah, you're brainwashed if you think both sides are the same. Yeah, absolutely. And what do you mean, why support one or the other? I didn't say they're fucking the people. I said both parties suck. You just put words in my mouth. You have to, you're either going to get one or the other. So what do you mean, why support one or the other? There's two parties that matter. Okay. One of the people from one of those two parties is going to win. So you got to vote for the person you think is best. Correct. All you go off of is he said, she said. No. I listen to Trump's words, Trump's own words. I have for years. You got to look up the lawsuits yourself, Noam. Go ahead. You have fingers. You're typing in here. You can go Google the shit. I gave you the names and the details. Now go look it up. If he did the rape then he did it when he was a New York Democrat. That's a good way to justify it. Yeah, I don't care, Democrat or Republican. If you rape a child, you're a piece of shit and you should die. That's the same for the Epstein files. Any Democrats on there, I feel the same way I do about Trump being a pedo. You know? This is by far the most corrupt regime in the history of the country. First, they got rid of all the department inspectors. Now they want to make whistleblowing a crime. Yep. No, he would have been charged. No, he wouldn't have. You know, it might remind you of something. Remember Michael Jackson? Yeah. Remember how he wasn't charged with the majority of the allegations against him? He just settled things out of court and paid parents off. So kind of the same thing. 34 felonies and counting, FD, JT, and MAGA. Yeah, fuck him. Did you vote for Biden? And based on your view of Trump's accusations, do you regret that vote for Biden? Your view of Trump's accusations? Yeah, I voted for Biden, and no, of course I don't regret it. Why would I regret it? Yeah, I don't live in New York, so okay. You want to link? You want to come on and debate me? Okay, hold on, guys. Let me go grab my other phone. You're going to have to call. Oh, you mean the link? Oh, you mean the link for the names. Bro, all you got to do, I go through this with you guys every fucking day. Look up the case of Michael Parker, 10 years old, Mar-a-Lago, Kelly Feuer, Feuer, Charles Bacon, Rebecca Conway, Maria Oliveira, Olivera, and do the fucking homework, bro. I'm not here to fucking, I told you the facts and the details. So you go do your own fucking thing, because no matter what I show you, it'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. Never. The source, the source is that these cases really happened. The courts are the source. What do you mean? This is not something that was reported by the New York fucking Times. These are things that happened. Just like if I said Trump was a 34-time convicted felon and you said, where's the source? What source is necessary? We know that Trump is a 34-time convicted felon. Of course, some of you will now deny that too. Yeah, no, it's not, Jason. Trump is not Satan. You have no facts. Oh, I do. Biden took showers with his daughter. Yeah. And we don't know. She might have been 3 months old. I think it's creepy no matter what, but it's not necessarily a molestation or anything. She said that her father never did anything like that to hurt her. So. You were dumb enough to vote for Joe Biden. I rest my case. Shut the fuck up, Curly. Oh, a bald joke. You're dumb enough to vote for Donald fucking Trump, the world's most well-known con man, grifter, and liar. A guy who's a 34-time convicted felon, twice impeached, found sexually liable for sexual assault, is in the process as we speak of still trying to cover up the Epstein files, was accused of sexual assault by 27 women since the 1970s, including many children, stuff like that. Yeah. And meanwhile, Donald Trump left his first term with a 14% unemployment rate, 2.5 million less jobs than he entered office with, which was only done by one other president in history, Herbert Hoover. And the economy was completely crashed. And Biden came in and he brought unemployment down to the lowest it's been in history, 3.2%. Now it's going up like a motherfucker under Trump, you know? But Biden also brought inflation down. You want to blame him for the 9% inflation, but if you don't understand that COVID caused global inflation, I guess you would, you know? He was never convicted. No. He was never even charged. How would he be convicted? He was convicted of the felonies. I don't know what you mean. If you're talking about the 34 felonies, I thought you were talking about the kids. He was convicted of the 34 felonies. Yeah, right. Just let me know if you want to debate me, bro. He was not convicted. Who were victims? Okay, I'm going to go to the bottom. What are we talking about? Do me a favor and put the whole comment in there. We've talked about child molestation, rape, 34 felonies. Which thing was he never convicted of, for the love of fucking Christ's sake? Holy shit. That's MAGA. MAGA loves pedos, bro. They loved them. Bro, Copart or fuel prices skyrocketing aren't because of the China virus. Well, Donald Trump made a deal with Russia and Saudi Arabia to stop producing oil during COVID because nobody was driving. And then by the time Biden got in office, and, you know, after a little while, the shutdown ended, everybody was driving again. There was not enough fuel. So too much demand and not enough supply, which raises prices. So sure, whatever you say. Whatever you say. And by the way, 46MD, you tell me what Biden did to raise the prices of gas and what Trump did to lower them. Go ahead, I'll wait. Do you actually think the president makes that happen all by himself? This is why Trump is not in a prison. No, he's not in a prison. Oh, then why is Trump not in a prison? For what thing? The 34 felonies? Because he became the president of the United States. They gave him an unconditional discharge. He was going to be sentenced 10 days before he took office, and the Supreme Court made their ruling about immunity. So they just said, fuck it, we're not going to, what are they going to do? Put the president in jail? He would have gone to jail otherwise. Joe Biden let little kids rub his leg hair so he could watch it raise back up again. He said that during his campaign for president, and you voted for him still. Kamala can't speak a damn sentence. Okay, so Joe Biden was talking about his own kids in the pool, how they liked how when they would rub his leg hair, it would curl up and then stand straight up again, whatever the fuck it was. It's his own kids. I couldn't see somewhere in there. I can't just find anything wrong. I don't understand. You're acting like it was his pubic hair. It's his fucking leg hair. But all this stuff Trump did, none of that's a problem. But you're worried about Biden's kids rubbing his leg hair. Okay. Hunter Biden laptop from hell. That's Hunter. Joe Biden was cleared by a Republican House Oversight Committee, cleared of any wrongdoing. Best president of my lifetime. It's a shame you're stupid enough to believe that. 34 times means 0 once you grow a vertebrae. What does that mean? Are you saying Trump isn't a 34-time felon? Unemployment rate was never 3.2. Yes, it was. Check it out. They're the same person, Gino Cappuccino. Trump's deficit was less than both Joe Blow and Kokomo and Obama. God almighty, you guys are children. No, it wasn't. Biden ran up a little bit more. But Obama literally in 2 terms ran up less than Trump did in 1 term. You might want to go fact check that. Yeah. There's a deposition of him saying the girl he assaulted probably liked it. Who? Trump? By who? Who are you talking about? Oh, he also said he would release the Epstein files. He said he would end the Russia-Ukraine war on day 1. He said he would bring grocery prices down. He said he'd bring down the price of energy, all that stuff. And all of it's going up. Unemployment's going up. Everything's going up. So, yeah, the one thing he's keeping his word on is he's deporting illegal immigrants. And if you look it up, if you look into the numbers, he's not even deporting that many. That's why a lot of people like Nick Fuentes are pissed off at him. 9% Biden, yeah. And you don't think any of that had to do with COVID? The fact that the whole world, every nation in the world experienced crazy inflation because of COVID, because of course they would. And our nation, by the way, the U.S., under Biden, was the fastest recovery in the whole fucking world. Go look it up. So if Trump would have been in office, it probably would have been more, quite frankly, but it would have at the very least been 9% too. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. It's very, very important. Trump is the Epstein files because that's all the left cares about. They don't care about the victims. They pulled hundreds of FBI agents off sex crimes to attempt to go after Trump. That's not true. You just made that up, but that's what you guys do. And we care about the victims getting justice. Absolutely. If Democrats are in there, I want them fucking busted too. Everybody. Just so happens that Trump, in case you didn't notice, is kind of the most important person in the entire world. Okay. So yeah, when it's the president in the files, people are even more anxious to get a look at them, you know? Demon rats are the pedophile party. They're obsessed with children's genitals. Oh, no, you are. You motherfuckers, all you worry about is kids transitioning and what are they allowed to do? Are they going to school a boy, coming home a girl? You guys are so fucking obsessed with kids. I wouldn't doubt if you're all pedos, especially since you support this guy while he's covering up for the most prolific pedophile in American fucking history. And by the way, Chris Miller, why don't you look up gay sex scandals? You could look up the children stuff too. It'd probably be more Republicans, but for gay sex scandals, there's more Republican, instances of it than a Democrat. And also, Donald Trump's spiritual advisor just got arrested for pedophilia, and Donald Trump himself was accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein. Yes, 100% Lisa St. Germain. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe, and do me a favor. You want to get your chat read, your comment? Send a super chat. I'd appreciate it. You are delusional. Sure I am. Telling people to leave kids alone equates to obsessing over kids' genitals, typical projection. Yes, because that's not what you're doing. Kids are not being bothered. You guys are insane. You think kids are going to school and being talked into becoming transgender. You're out of your fucking minds. Do you know why I don't think about this ever? I don't think about kids turning trans or anything. I got a stepson that's 13 years old. And when I ask him, does any of this shit go on in your school? He looks at me like I have 6 heads. He's like, what? They don't even talk to us about that stuff. Okay. I also have a relative who's a teacher in a school. Okay. Where they also do not discuss anything of the sort. You guys have been told this by Donald Trump. So you're obsessed with whether or not kids are becoming trans. And you don't even care about kids. You just hate transgender people. I know, tremendous dick syndrome. My wife tells me all the time. I know. I do suffer from that. TDS. RIP Biden family legacy. Oh, why is that? Why would that be? I don't think it's the family legacy either. I think it's just Joe Biden's legacy. I wonder who you voted for, that fucking hyena Kamala. Well, the other option was Donald Trump. So, yeah. And somebody said earlier that Kamala can't form a coherent sentence. Guys, this is how I know that you never listen to Kamala. This shit you hear from Fox News or right-wing media, that's their talking point. She can't form a coherent sentence. Meanwhile, we could put up the debate right now, her and Trump, and watch Kamala destroy him while he's rambling about they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. She fucking destroyed him in that debate. Also, I want you to think to yourself, before you say Kamala can't form a complete sentence, Kamala went to Howard University, graduated. Okay, then became a prosecutor where she has to speak for a living in front of juries and judges. Then she became a district attorney where she also has to speak for a living. Then she became the Attorney General of California where she also has to speak for a living. Then a U.S. Senator where she also has to speak for a living. And then the Vice President. When you guys say that, I know you've never listened to a word of Kamala. She is light years smarter than Donald Trump. Donald Trump is literally the one that can't form a coherent fucking sentence. He can't even remember anything. The guy's out of his mind. Now hit the like button and subscribe and send a super chat my way if you'd like.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced.
All right, doesn't want to play. Let's see.
I think you should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. Doc Ronnie Johnson. Does everyone know Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas? He was the White House doctor.
How good did Elise Stepanek do?
You know, we've endorsed Dr. Oz. We've endorsed JP, right? JD Mandel, and he's doing great. Jimmy Connors is good. He's also happy.
Mike Bolton, John Bolton is here. Mike Bolton, as you know, is in Russia.
And there was progress today. I look forward to solving it.
Thank you, Steve.
It was Trump's fault. It's always Trump's fault. Can it ever be like Rick Gates's fault? I mean, it's always Trump's fault, Rick.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. We have some of our great business leaders and leaders, period, right behind me. I may ask Marilyn Lockheed.
We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple.
Yes, please, Mr. Kurd.
Thank you very much for your time.
You know what was interesting? Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. Has anyone ever heard of him?
Arrested.
Joe Biden won against Barack Hussein Obama. That's an election that never took place. Do you know that Donald Trump, about 12:58 a.m. in the morning on October 12th, he put out a tweet or a Truth Social post where he said that Biden put 274 FBI agents in the crowd on January 6th. And he said, we have to do something about this. You know that Donald Trump was the president on January 6, 2021, right? Not Joe Biden. So it was literally his FBI. So your president forgot that he was president on January 6, 2021. Yeah. Tell me more about Kamala. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. It's very, very important. Seriously, especially if you agree with me, guys, do me the favor and subscribe. It's a free way of helping me and supporting the show. I need to get as many subs as I can so I can turn this channel into nothing but politics. So please, please, please sub and hit that like button. I know, well, that's what they Trump haters are just showing how fucking dumb they are. Samuel Sam, just let me know when you want to debate. I mean, we could debate straight from the chat. You could tell me right now, for example, what I'm wrong about, and I could show you proof that I'm not wrong. You guys just can't stand it. You don't know any of this shit. Fox News doesn't show you these things. So when you hear this stuff coming from a guy like me, you don't believe it because you've never heard it before. You think I'm just making this shit up. Meanwhile, I haven't said a single thing I can't provide proof of. Show Kamala's videos. Which one? You want me to show the debate? You want me to show the debate? Hold on, give me a second. Why not? Shit. You want me to show you that Kamala can form a coherent sentence, right? That's all I got to show? Let's see.
On the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something. I couldn't care less. Whatever she
Now that's Trump talking. Listen to him.
wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words. So
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay.
That's your president speaking like a fucking retard.
Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
I mean, honestly, I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people. You know, I do
Those sound like some pretty complete, coherent sentences to me. Listen to that.
believe that the vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common than what separates us, and we don't want this kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide us, and especially by race.
Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like, she was big on defund the police.
Do you think Kamala can form a coherent sentence?
He said the baby will be born.
No exception even for rape and incest, which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime, a violation to their body, does not have the right to make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. And I pledge to you, when Congress passes a bill to put back in place the protections of Roe v. Wade, as President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand.
How did that work out for you guys? How did that work out for you dumb motherfuckers? You said, show Kamala videos, and I just did. She's 1,000 times more well-spoken than that fucking idiot you guys voted for. And of course she is, because who the fuck isn't? I'm more well-spoken than he is. He's a fucking dope. She's an educated woman, and she mopped the floor with him in that fucking debate. Yeah, Rachel, I mean, you know, as a woman, like, you make me sick because you sound like these dudes who, like, you're such a stupid bitch. You don't realize that if you accomplished anything in life, these MAGA people you think that you relate to in some way, they would say the same thing about you. Meanwhile, Rachel, I'll destroy your fucking argument right now because Kamala Harris, of course, you're talking about Willie Brown. She dated Willie Brown, so that means she's an absolute whore. You put fake pictures of her with people she wasn't even with, Diddy and all types of shit. I saw what you guys did. She dated Willie Brown in 1993, from the beginning of 93 to the end of 94. Willie Brown separated from his husband in 1983. His wife knew about him and Kamala, had no problem with it. Liked Kamala. So she dated him for about a year. And I believe her first professional position, like as a prosecutor, was in the year 2000. Then every position after that was elected, Rachel, elected. So how many people? I believe she got about 12 million votes over her career just for attorney general, district attorney, stuff like that. So she slept with all of them, you stupid bitch. Meanwhile, Rachel, you're probably a hooker, and Kamala Harris is one of the most accomplished women in American history. What do you do in life exactly? She's only good at laying down. Where are you at in life? What do you do for a living? You dummy. She lost. Yeah, sure she did. She had him so triggered. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. The whole world was laughing at him. She triggered him just by mentioning his crowd sizes. He's such a bitch. She lost. Get over it, princess. If you're talking about the election, sure. It's because she's a woman. You know, Biden could beat Trump, but apparently this country ain't ready for a woman president. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. I'd appreciate it. Wow, are you serious? Going at the community? The community? What does that mean? The community? None of you are even acknowledging that she has a prompter, a promoter headline in her or to moon that Lord, as you say. It's already proven by showing her petty state of the art Bluetooth earrings. At the debate, there was no, I think you're illiterate, but I think you're trying to say teleprompter or something. No, she didn't. That was proven. And they can't. It's a debate. You can't have a teleprompter. And those earrings, I did a deep dive on those earrings. I did a show about them, right after that debate. Those earrings were literally prototypes and weren't even on the market yet. And her earrings, I found the exact same Tiffany earrings she was wearing. And they didn't have a speaker in them. Okay. So that's just another thing you had to make up because your boy got slaughtered. So it's like, oh, she must have a teleprompter. She must have an earpiece. No, she doesn't have any of that. She just slaughtered your boy because your boy's a fucking idiot. You own a thrift store. Okay. So would you say you're more accomplished than Kamala Harris? Just out of curiosity. You see what I mean, Rachel? You see how it's not necessary what you said? And I don't even give that shit that much about, or give a shit that much about Kamala, but like I have a daughter and women in my family. You look at a woman who's obviously done well for herself and you say it's because she just, is a whore, basically. And people could say that about you too, Rachel, and you wouldn't like that, right? So I just don't get it. I don't know. I mean, you sound like them. You sound like one of these dumb MAGA idiot motherfuckers who thinks they're macho and just walks around bashing women. And I just don't get it coming from a woman. I don't understand you. Your boy got slaughtered into winning the election. I'm talking about the debate, fuckface. The debate, he got slaughtered. And by the way, let's be honest. And I don't try to say the election was rigged or anything like that. But Elon Musk bought that election. He said it himself, $250 million. I'm in Pennsylvania, okay? He said straight up, he came here, he was given money. He gave, in Harrisburg, he gave somebody $1 million. He was promising people $1 million if they signed up to vote for Trump. He put mad people on the ground to go talk to the Amish and get them to vote for Trump and everything else. So, and Kamala had 107 days. Trump had years to campaign. Kamala had 107 days. And she still only lost by 2 million votes when Trump lost by 7 million votes to Joe Biden. He lost by a much bigger margin to Biden than she did to him. Kamala can only win in California, nowhere else. Well, I got news for you. She won as the vice president. Okay, when you are a vice president or you're the nominee, whatever, you're on a ticket with the president, and all the votes are for both of you, not just one of you. So Kamala became the vice president. She was elected to that position. Harris is a nobody and always will be. She's a fake and always has been. Harris didn't win because she was the puppet of the left. Who are you? Do you guys listen? Let's be serious. Do you guys know that you ain't shit? Like, I know you ain't shit. You're just sitting in the chat on a Sunday night watching me. So you ain't shit, right? So, and I'll say I ain't shit. I don't even care. Compared to somebody like Kamala Harris, are you fucking crazy? Say what you want, but when you say she's a nobody, when you're literally a nobody, it's hilarious. It's like you guys have no self-awareness that you're nobodies. And you talk about a woman that has accomplished more probably by the age of 30 than you would if you lived 10 lifetimes. Hillary, yeah, I don't think that's happening. You're not. Y-O-U-R not. I don't even know what that means. You're not what? Better than you. No, I guarantee you're not. Guarantee it. Why do you insult everyone? Because they insult me, fuckface. I don't just start insulting people. Look at the chat. I'm called every name in the book, so I fight back. But I know you guys are always victims. You're just like Trump. Trump does everything in the world to cause himself trouble. And then when trouble comes his way, I'm the most persecuted president in history, and it's a witch hunt, and blah, blah, blah. And you guys support him and repeat everything he says like a bunch of fucking parrots. Bald beta bitch won't mention my text. James Smith, I bet you I'd beat the living dog shit out of you if we ran into each other. How much you want to bet? And I don't even know who you are, but you're a shit talker. I pretty much guarantee it. She was put into that position because DEI. She was elected to be the vice president by DEI. Okay. That's not a thing that can happen. You realize that, right? It's not a thing that can happen. Now, if you want to talk about DEI, we could talk about like Trump's entire administration. That's the most DEI group of people I've ever seen. And I don't mean color. I know you guys think DEI means black. No, it means diversity, equity, and inclusion. It means people that don't necessarily deserve their job getting their job, which honestly it doesn't. But according to you guys, it does. And you got some of the most unqualified people in history in positions they don't belong in. And do you want me to post some real stuff in here? How they use people's identity and stuff from across seas here to vote for them? Yeah, you stupid ass, because it's been debunked a million times. 63 federal judges, many of which were appointed by Trump himself, said, yeah, nothing went on. Bill Barr, Trump's own attorney general, said it was the most secure election in history. And Ivanka Trump, Trump's daughter, agreed with him. You guys still believe that horseshit. Meanwhile, if you go to Trump's Truth Social and you put in his AI thing, it's a new thing they got, was the 2020 election rigged? Watch what you find. His own Truth Social site says, no, absolutely not. It was the most secure election in history. He lost, and he's a sore loser, and you guys are sore losers. You know what I mean? So you got to say he won. And blah. Meanwhile, he's the only one that tried to steal the election. He set up fake slates of electors. He caused a riot at the Capitol on January 6th. He threatened his president or vice president not to certify the fucking vote. He called up Raffensperger in Georgia and said, I need you to find me 12,000 votes. I mean, come on. But you go right ahead and you post that shit. Asshole. You ain't shit compared to me. Yeah, right. I bet, Zion. I'll just take your word for it, you nameless, faceless fucking idiot. None of you douchebags, most of you use fake names and avatars. Nobody even knows who you are. You would never tell me your real name. Never in a million years. No, I'm 6.5 years clean and sober. I just get a kick out of clowning you guys, you know? There's new stuff now. Yeah, no, there's not. It would be all Trump's talking about. He wouldn't talk about another thing except for that if there was. You guys still can't get over it. You guys come in here and say Trump's your president. I'm like, yeah, I know. Trump won the election. I'm fully aware. But you guys are still whining about him losing in 2020 and swearing it didn't really happen. That's why we make fun of you. That's why you're brainwashed and you're a little retarded, you know, and you know, we clown you because you don't even have a mind of your own. Oh, I've studied that whole shit. Believe me. I've heard Mike Lindell's stupid fucking arguments. Bottom line is there was nothing out of the ordinary in that fucking election. And if there was, Trump would still be suing. Okay. And he'd be losing his fucking shit. So I hate to break it to you. Look at the Jack Smith files. Trump knew he lost the election. He knew that. He literally put the plan together with his people. We're just going to deny that we lost. I mean, he knew, though. He knew. And Russia. Jamal. Wait, did I get that up there? Yeah. Rent-free in your head. No, but I think Biden lives rent-free in yours. You know what I mean? Listen, I'll tell you who lives rent-free in my head. My wife. You know, my family. Trump is just the guy I make fun of and his supporters, you know, because how could I not? we've been voting the same shills in for decades. I don't understand. Like, you mean they're all Democrats, different Democrats, so not the same. And Donald Trump, listen, any of those people that have been voted in on the left or might ever be know a hell of a lot more about politics and the world and foreign and domestic policy and economics and everything than Donald Trump does. I mean, you're the only people in the world, MAGA, that think that Donald Trump is smart and a great businessman. It's amazing. Third term, yeah. Well, that ain't happening. Lindell is a fucking moron. No, just pulling ballots from under tables. Yeah, and you could look up. Matter of fact, if I could find it real fast, I'll show you the video that debunks that whole thing. And there was actually Republican poll watchers there and everything when it was happening. If I can find it. If not, you'll have to look it up, which you won't do because you don't want to see the truth. But it's some news network did it. I don't know if I'll be able to find it right now. But you can look it up if you want to actually know the truth, and you'll see that none of that shit there was nothing wrong with any of it. Nothing. It explains every second of that video where you guys try to say they were pulling ballots out from under tables and shit. It's like when you guys say, this is the funniest thing you motherfuckers ever say. When you guys say, when I went to bed, Trump was winning, and when I woke up, he was losing. How is that possible? It's called fucking counting. That's how it's possible. You ever watch a football game, and then you get up and go to the bathroom, and you come back, the score is different? Yeah, same shit. And you guys, somebody came in here the other day and said that shit. I was like, wow, that's a whole other level of stupid. Yes, he is. There was a bit, judges refused to allow evidence based on precedent of not interfering in elections. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. But all of the lawsuits were tossed or just dismissed for whatever reason. But nothing went through. Okay, there was audits of all the fucking states and shit that Trump lost. Nothing was found there. You know. And Joe Biden went on to become president, and Trump would have never let it go in a million fucking years if that was true, if it was actually stolen. Even people that talk to Trump in private, they all say the same thing. He knows he lost the 2020 election. He knows you guys are dumb. You know what I mean? Only losers hate Trump, yeah. And only pedophiles love him. There was... you know it. You're just too locked up to admit it. All right. You're still saying January 6th was Trump's fault. It already came out. Plus, he's on video saying that she have called in the national. Oh, God. Oh, January 6th wasn't Trump's fault. Whose fault was it? And Nancy Pelosi, for the love of Christ, does not have the authority to call or reject the National Guard. That's another thing you've been fed. It's absolute bullshit. Watch this. Did Nancy Pelosi turn away the National Guard on January 6th? No, she didn't, White Paladin. She was talking about Capitol fucking security, not the National Guard. The National Guard didn't come because Trump didn't want them there, because he wanted the riot to go as far as it did. Pelosi did not block the National Guard from the Capitol on January 6th. Claim House Speaker Nancy Pelosi blocked the National Guard from coming to the Capitol during the January 6th insurrection. False. As Speaker of the House, Pelosi does not direct the National Guard. Further, as the Capitol came under attack, she and the Senate Majority Leader called for military assistance, including the National Guard. How about that? So, and you can look it up yourself. Do your own research. I don't expect you to take my word for it. It didn't happen. Trump's an idiot, can't read or write. It's a known fact. Oh yeah, he's pretty much illiterate like his supporters. You sound like an idiot, bro. All right, tell me how. What am I saying that makes me sound like an idiot? Because I bet you I could demolish your argument in a fucking heartbeat. You guys can't hang with me. I'm telling you guys. Any of you that want to debate me, I'll give you a phone number to call and I'll fuck you up bad verbally, like real bad. Yeah, he said it himself. He loves the poorly educated. He knows they're stupid. Look, he even said.
Smart people don't like me, you know, and they don't like what we talk about.
He knows. He said it. He stood in front of tens of thousands of you and said, I love the poorly educated. You know what I mean? He stood in front of a rally in North Carolina and said, I don't care about you. I just want your votes. And you guys were like, oh, he's joking. No. That's that one time he was telling the truth. Come on, big boy. Oh, I'm not big. You might think I'm big. I got a chubby face. I'm not fat if that's what you think. Let debate now. Okay, give me a second. I'll go get my phone. Hold on. Give me 5 minutes to let this charge. I don't know. It just came up. You can see it says 0%. And I will give you the phone number. I should clean that screen too. It's disgusting. I'm going to give it to you. Hold on. And Kodak, not a tractor. You've had this opportunity many times. I offer this on every show. Every show. Just let it charge a minute and I'll give it to you. Your face is an idiot. Wow. That's a... Whew. Baby, could you make me an appointment for therapy? This guy hurt my feelings. What does that mean? Your face is an idiot, you dipshit. There's a video of Trump. There's video of Trump grinning watching January 6th. Of course, that's exactly what he wanted. Is the wall even built? Did they finish the wall? Of course not. Of course not. He's already crying, bro. That's his whole live chat. What is, Eric? Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Oh, yeah, Rob Dunsmore. I've had it for a while now. Your throne is in the corner. Okay. I don't do my research from Google. You don't do your research from any. You do your research from Fox News. And by the way, it's not Google. It's not Google, you dumb motherfuckers. You simply search something on Google, and then you have a million different sources you could check from, and you can compare sources and everything else, you know? But no source is good enough for you guys. I read something off of the Department of Justice website, DOJ.gov, recently, because some woman said I was wrong about something, and of course I was 100% right. And she said, it's the source. Now, it was literally the Department of Justice.gov. And she said, it's the source. So that's what you guys do. Anytime you're proven wrong, you'll say, well, it's the source. Big boy bottom. White Paladin, are you gay? What are you talking about bottom for? And why are you worried about my size? God almighty, you guys are fruits. Here, you think I'm a fat guy? That's me. That's the size of me. Yeah, I'm fucking huge, bro. I'm huge. Dumb motherfuckers. Shit. No, Satan is ashamed of him too. Yeah, probably. Samuel, stop crying, bitch. Samuel is definitely a fucking broad. I'm not worried about your side. No, I wasn't talking to you, fuckface. Samuel Sam thinks he's the only person in the chat. Samuel Sam, let me just tell you so you know for the future. I could give a fuck about you. If you dropped fucking dead right now, it would not make the single bit of difference to me. You know what I mean? Don't think you're so important. You could leave the chat right now. I wouldn't give two shits. Your sub, unsub. I don't care about that either. Fuck you. Hit the like button, guys, and please subscribe. I'd appreciate it very, very much. Unless you're Samuel Sam. That's a fact for you. What's a fact, White Paladin? What's a fact, Dopey? I wish the DOJ was wrong about me. Yeah, Docs, no, they had it right with you. Okay, then tell us what she was wrong about. What she was wrong about. Who? Who are you talking about? Sam didn't ever say he was the only one in chat. Did you get this fact from the DOJ? Bro, you're as dumb as they come. You realize I was just saying that he acts like he's the only person in the chat. I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to you, and he thought I was talking to him because he's a dope. Fact is, you're wrong. Tell me how. Whoa, be a bit civilized. No. I deal with animals like an animal, you know, and I start these shows every day, and I'm nice and calm, and I just talk to you guys, and you start calling me every name under the sun. So that's when I start to get a little aggressive with you, you know? The lady you just talked about, short-term memory. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm a recovering addict. You could ask the people in blue in this chat, like Tony Ducks, for example. I literally forget things 10 seconds after I say them. But I'll remember exactly what it was she wanted to know. Oh, I'll tell you right now. She said that the people, I guess she was listening to Megyn Kelly, the people that Epstein raped were 17 years old. None of them were younger than 17, according to her. So I looked it up on the departmentofjustice.gov from the actual files, okay? And it said that the victims were as young as 13 years old. I was from the departmentofjustice.gov. The bitch still didn't believe me. Still didn't believe me. Kodak not attracted. I hurt your feelings, bro. Are you upset? You upset? What am I doing? Am I ruining your fantasy about your fucking hero there? You don't like hearing the truth, you fucking baby? You're not an addict, you're just a dick. Spell your right, fuckface. It's YOU''RE. Oh yeah, back in the win column. Yeah, inflation is up, groceries are up, utilities are up, unemployment is up, everything's up. Everything's doing horribly. But yeah, we're back in the win column. Sure, the whole fucking world is laughing at us because of this fucking idiot we have in office. Yeah, that's why it's the Democrats who are doing everything in their power to force the release of the Epstein files, and it's the Republicans going out of their way to cover it up. He's broke. He's on YouTube on a Sunday. Yeah, that's how I make a living, stupid ass. This isn't a hobby. This is my job. I've been on here for 4.5 years. Okay. Yeah. Call 410-941-9850. Jobs are up. No, they're not. No, they're not. It's the worst job numbers since the Great Recession. Joe Biden was creating an average of 180,000 jobs a month. And so far in 10 months, Biden has only created 500,000, or Trump has only created 500,000. So it's horrible. The economy is trash right now. Absolutely. So the left made up Russiagate when they had facts about Trump and Epstein. What do you mean they had facts about Trump? I could just say, well, Trump had facts because Trump had the files before the Democrats did, right? In his first term. So I don't even know what your point is. But Russiagate was not bullshit. You know that people went to prison because of that, right? Because of that whole investigation, like people really got locked up. And Trump was never fully cleared of Russia collusion. He never was. Yeah, you can laugh at me all you want. My life is the shit. When I shut this computer, I still got a better life than you motherfuckers. Guarantee it. Unemployment is up like, yeah, hell yeah, it is. Yep. Unemployment's up. Inflation is up. Grocery prices are up. Utilities are up. Job numbers are fucking horrible. We're probably about to enter 2 ridiculous wars. You know, we just gave $40 billion to Argentina. But we couldn't afford to keep the ACA subsidies so that, you know, the poorest people and the oldest and sickest people in this country could keep their health care. You guys say America first. You're not even close. You fucking, this guy you love just sent 40 billion of our tax dollars to fucking Argentina. Oh, look at that. Nobody's calling. What a surprise. Yes, it was. Yeah, put the whole comment in there, fuckface. I don't know what yes, it was means. The files were sealed by 3 judges, not the Democrats. God almighty. They were not sealed. The files were not sealed by judges. Jenna, come on, man. Even if you're on my side, that's not true. If the files were sealed, why the fuck did they just vote to release them? If they're sealed, how are they going to do that? And they're supposed to be out in 30 days. It was the fucking grand jury testimony from Ghislaine's case. That's it. That's why Trump went for it. He had to appease the Trump supporters who were pissed off that he said there was no Epstein list. So he put on a big show. He went to court. He made sure he went in front of an Obama judge to really minimize any chance of the judge releasing the grand jury testimony. And he asked for that to be released, knowing that they couldn't release it because Ghislaine Maxwell's case was still on appeal. It couldn't be released. So that was not the files. That was just grand jury testimony. Trump still could have vetoed the bill, idiot. But no, because then he would have been the guy saying, you can't release the Epstein files, and he'd look even more suspicious. So what they're going to do, stupid ass, is they're still redacting the files, just like in May when Pam Bondi told Trump your name is in the files numerous times. They assigned 1,000 FBI agents to work around the fucking clock to redact his name from those files. Now they're going to redact them even more, and in 30 days, if we get anything, they'll give us very little and say that's all of it, or they'll give us a bunch of redacted files that have Trump and other Republicans completely removed from them. You know, you don't believe me? Listen to this guy from the Department of Justice.
But those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages.
All right, try again.
But those files do exist.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of pages of files. They'll redact every Republican or conservative person in those files. Leave all the liberal, Democratic people in those files.
I think they visited that Maxwell person.
Yeah.
And also involved.
Got transferred to a minimum security prison too recently, which is against BOP policy because she's a convicted sex offender. They're offering her something to keep her mouth shut.
Who's that? Why can't you insult people without cussing? It shows your low IQ. No. I'm tired of you motherfuckers. Do you understand? I come on here and I'm very nice and calm and I'm ready to just have a conversation. And you guys start with the libtard shit. And I'm gay and I'm trans and the ridiculous bald jokes. Like you fucking dummies never saw a bald person before. And I get aggressive back with you. I'm not some liberal. You believe me. You guys don't know anything about me. I don't take shit from you people. I don't take shit from anyone. So if you want to start with the name calling shit, I could do it more and I could do it better. So look, see? Yeah, it's just me calling names. People like this, they aren't saying shit about my mom and stuff like that. Yeah. You're a lying piece of shit garbage. I'm a lying piece of shit garbage? Well said. Piece of shit garbage? Who cares about the files? Trump's a pedophile. Even the pedophiles thought he was the worst pedophile. Don't you get it? Are you really stupid? Kevin Howe, Trump isn't the only one in the files, you dumb motherfucker. Okay? See, he called me stupid. So I call him a dumb motherfucker. See how that works? You get what you give. There's other people. The Pizzagate and all this shit you MAGA lunatics were running around talking about like you actually cared about pedophilia. And you were talking about all these wealthy elites that are doing this shit to kids. We literally have that in our government right now, and you refuse to see it. Donald Trump is the wealthy elite, and the people around him are too. Elon Musk is in those files. Remember, we found that out for sure. Okay, so these people are in those files. They're the people you were looking for years ago, but because they have an R next to their name instead of a D, you don't even care if they're pedos. You don't even care. You only call names because you would be folded in real life if you said something. Yeah, right. But bitch, shut the fuck up, bro. I'll tell you what. Why don't you tell me who you are and we'll see how tough you are. Give me your real name and I'll look you up right now. You're not too much of a coward to do that, are you? Folded in real life. Yeah. Now maybe we'll find out someday, dickhead. Maybe we'll find out. Meanwhile, give me your real name. I'm going to look you up and see how tough you are. You know? Go ahead. Go ahead, bro. I'll be waiting for your real name. Give it to me whenever you're ready. It'll take me 5 minutes. I'll fucking look it up and I'll find out everything about you. Unless you got a real common name, then you might have to give me your city too. No, I'm not saying I'm going to come do something to you, fuckface. I ain't breaking the law for you. I stopped breaking the law about 6.5 years ago. I'm saying I'll definitely put you all over the internet if you'd like. If you threaten me one more fucking time, I bet you I'll ruin your life because I'm a master at it. because I've been doing this 4.5 years and I've dealt with people a lot fucking worse than you. So give me your name. My name is Chris. He just made a threat according to the left. And you couldn't break a grapefruit. Sure. Why don't you guys at least call me and debate me? You're too scared to even do that. 410-941-9850. What happened? You all said, give me the phone number. What happened? What happened? Go ahead, call. 410-941-9850. White Paladin, you were the one that wanted the number, right? You going to call or not? The guy barely know how to Google. You barely know how to write. No, if you can't hear my words, then fuck off. Post the number on the screen. You just don't want to call. You're a pussy. King Caliugan. I'm not sure if I said that right. $50 Canadian. That is fucking awesome. Thank you very, very much. You just put a big smile on my face. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. And do something classy like this guy just did and send a super chat or a super sticker. Bro, do you know you will not receive? What does that mean, El Cheapo Productions? Do you know you will not receive? What does that mean? Nobody wants to waste our time. No, you don't want to get verbally bitch slapped. Be honest. The Democrats can shuck the image of being anti-gun. Weird, because Trump has more anti-gun policies than Obama and Biden combined. They would never lose an election. Yeah, well, you're probably right. Well, thank you, man. Shout out to Toronto. I really do appreciate that, because people don't have to do that. When they do, it means a lot. And especially if you're on my side, guys, at least hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important. Just called, not a real number. LOL, of course. Not a real number, huh? Hold on. Okay. I'm going to show you. I'm going to call with this phone. I'm going to call this phone. Okay. Watch. 1-410-941-9850. See that? There you go. It's up on the screen. Let's see what happens. See? Listen, I'll do it again.
Hello. Please state your name after the tone, and Google Voice will try to connect you.
There you go. That's all you have to do. Simple as that. See how easy that is? People call this number all the time, by the way. You do know that, right? Like I've debated many, many people on here through that phone number. Then just watch my files for free. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll be waiting for what? Did you give me your real name? Where is it? Let me see. Where is it? I don't see it. What a surprise. Too scared to give me your real name, huh? Bro, do you know you will not receive any Social Security benefits because you do not have enough quarters? What are you talking about? Do you think I don't pay taxes? What are you talking about exactly? You know that I worked most of my life, right? And I'm still working. You probably don't consider this a job. But I've worked in factories my whole life. I built Harleys. I did all types of shit. So how do you know what I have and don't have? It's a very strange thing to say, El Cheapo. You are truly one of the weirdest motherfuckers in here, by the way. Yeah, I proved that you're too much of a pussy to call. Look, I love how somebody gets clowned and then they're like, see, I got him. All I did was show the number because I was showing that you are too scared to call, and now I've proven it. No one calls that number. I've had many people on here so far. You have more chins than a Chinese phone book when you're looking at your boobies. All right. Well, hey, I do have some extra chins. I'm sure you're a beauty, though, right? You look great. Jason Staples, sure. No, not really. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen the whole thing before. The guy live with government money. No, I've never. If you know how much me and my wife make, you'd understand. Even if I wanted it, I could never ever get it. You're all talking, no bite. It's okay, bro. Just give me your number. You know what I mean? Give me your number. It's all simple as that. Give me your phone number or give me your name. Either way, I'll figure it all out. I'll figure out who you are, and we can come on tomorrow and talk. There you go. It's all very simple. Let me know. The Hodge twins or the Cringe twins, they are disgusting people. Seriously, sellouts. Everything is cheaper now under Trump administration. Nope, everything's more expensive. I try to be, man. They don't let me. There's a difference between the flight logs and the Epstein files. Epstein was an agent for Mossad. Of course, she's going to have this information in his files, dummy. You got to look at the flight logs. I don't even know what you're referring to. Like what I said that you're referring to, I don't understand. She's going to have this information. Who is she? And I know all about the flight logs. Trump is on the flight logs 8 times, but I don't even know why you're bringing that up. I'm very confused. No, you didn't. I looked through the comments. That's what you guys do. You'll always say you did something when you didn't do it. All you got to do is put it right in the chat again. I'll see it. You ever build a crack pipe? I don't think you build crack pipes. FBI should arrest Trump, in my opinion. Yeah, but not this FBI. They're as crooked as he is. Are you illiterate? No. No, that's why you won't call me, because you know I'm way smarter than you. Put it in the chat, though. You didn't do it yet. I checked. Out these pedos, them that harbor, condone, support, sympathize, like MAGA clowns. Y'all know your Fuhrer is a pedo, right, MAGA? You know the evidence is there, right? And you still support. They know. They just don't care because it's him. You know what I mean? More expense than win? Not more expensive than when Biden was in office. Are you retarded? Trump never flew to the island. I never said he did. I said he was on the flight logs, jackass. You guys say Bill Clinton flew to the island just because he's on the flight logs, but I don't say that about Trump because I don't have proof he went to the island. Yeah, no shit, Lauren L. Hall. And more expensive than when? Here, let me look up. Are food prices more expensive now than they were under Biden? Yes. The food prices are significantly more expensive now than they were when President Biden took office in January 2021. A cumulative effect of high inflation during his term, while the rate of food price increases has slowed recently, overall prices remain much higher than they were a few years ago. Overall increase. Americans are paying about 22% more for groceries compared to January 2021. Then there's inflation peak, comparison to wages. Like, how much more expensive is beef and pork now? Just take beef and pork. Beef is significantly more expensive than pork, with beef prices up by as much as 50% since 2020, and ground beef up 12.9% year over year in September 2025. While pork price increases are less dramatic, well, I think they thought I was trying to compare the two. I'm just bringing up different types of meats and shit like that are way more fucking expensive. That's why your jackass president just came out and said, I'm going to lower tariffs on beef imports because, I want to lower the prices. They're too expensive. So when you guys say the tariffs don't make things more expensive, why did Trump say that? The tariffs have made everything more expensive, plus inflation is going up. So the groceries as a whole, groceries in general, food is more expensive than it was under Biden. That is a fact. Why would I Google that? I don't understand. It's still Biden economy, stupid fucks. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. It'll be Biden's economy until it's good enough, and then you'll say it's Trump's. You guys are so fucking brainwashed. You're just like him. A few months ago, they said, is it your economy or Biden's? He said, well, the good parts are mine. The bad parts are Biden's. You guys are hopeless, man. It's not Biden's economy anymore. It's not. If it is, then Biden's first year in office was Trump's economy. What do you think about that? So that 9% inflation is owed to Trump, right? Prices were lower with Biden. Yeah. I bet you voted for Kamala. I bet you voted for Trump. That's a lot more embarrassing. Until 2 years in, dipshit. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. That's why Trump is all over the place talking about the economy is great, because it's Biden's. Think about what you're saying, you dummy. Think before you type. Donald Trump is all over the place. Every time he's on the news, he's talking about how great the economy is. He said he didn't want to release the Epstein files because he doesn't want people to stop talking about how great the economy is. So according to you, Biden's economy is great, right? According to you and Trump. Of course, without a doubt. Yeah, that's what it is. Prices were lower with Biden. What insane clown world are you talking about? Well, I just read it to everybody. It's an absolute fact. You could Google in your phone right now, are prices higher under Trump than they were under Biden? And you'll see. Yeah, she did. I think MAGA puts earplugs in every time you fact check them. Well, they don't want to learn. You got to understand. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. Okay. Could have released them during Trump's first term, dumb bitch. And as a matter of fact, you really couldn't have under Obama, you stupid ass, because there was only that one case where he was given a sweetheart deal by Trump's friend, Alex Acosta. Okay. And the big case didn't happen until Trump was in office. 2019 is when Epstein got busted. And those are the files people are looking for, you stupid fuck. So anyway, let me tell you guys a little story. No, they don't. That's all I do is look at facts, Bonnie Butcher. You're just wrong. You have the wrong facts. So there's a woman in my YouTube community that I do regular shows about, not politics shows about. This woman is a kind of famous. She's the daughter of a very big Italian gangster, boss of a mafia family. Okay. And I was friends with her, and she was friends with another guy. And this guy kept fucking with me, and I told him, don't fuck with me. You're going to be sorry. And he said, no, I'm going to keep fucking with you. And he did. And so because he thought he was invincible and nobody could find out his information, because he had been on here a year and nobody could find out his information until I found out his information. I found out everything about him. I found out where he's from. I found out his entire criminal history. I got pictures of him, videos of him, found out his whole entire family, his whole life story. Okay. So I gave this woman this information because I was trying to help her, even though we weren't too good of friends anymore. I said, listen, this is the information on this guy. This guy's name is MRE. This is the information on this guy. I'm just letting you see it before we put it out there tonight, because it's going to make you look bad for being friends with him. We found out this guy was a full-blown white supremacist. Tony Ducks, JGB, go ahead, tell them. Full-blown white supremacist, okay, who was busted in 2015 with a ton of guns and quite obviously became an informant. And, his room full of Nazi shit and SS bullets. He's got racist YouTube channels all over the place. We found out all about this. So I gave her the information. I said, I'm trying to help you, because I don't want you're a high profile person, and this is going to fuck your whole image up forever. She didn't listen to me. She didn't listen. And she remained friends with that guy, and she fucked up her reputation. A couple of years later, she starts fighting with him, and she says, OZ, thank you for the $20 from Team Bushes, my brother. She says all of a sudden, MRE, I know you're a neo-Nazi. Like, in other words, she always knew. She was just ready to admit it finally. And she said, I'll admit it. When FBS, that used to be my name on here, FBS, sent me all that information about you, I didn't want to believe it, so I didn't even look at it. See, she was so biased in favor of MRE that she didn't want to look at his information because she was afraid she'd find out that I was telling the truth. Well, that's MAGA. MAGA is all you people don't want to know the truth. It's all confirmation bias. You seek out answers that suit your narrative. All you want to hear about is positive things about Trump, and anything negative either has to be TDS or fake news. You can't handle it. So what you do, all this stuff we've talked about, all this stuff, you could look up in a heartbeat. You don't need me to do it. If you have a question about a certain thing, you could look it up, like grocery prices, for example. But you don't want to, because you don't want to see the negative shit about your boy and have to admit that he's fucking everything up. So I'm used to this. I've been through this. BS story. Well, you could check it out if you want. The lady's name is Angel Gotti. She was John Gotti's daughter. She's on YouTube. She has a channel. Go check. You could tell this story is okay. All right. Like I said, go check with Angel. John Moore, 210, 499, two things. He is the president. I believe we all have two internal teams fighting. Can't tell which side is winning by the letter. Well, thank you for the 499, John Moore. I'm not sure if I agree, but thank you very, very much. No. I do not listen to any. I don't listen to CNN, MSNBC. Facts are facts. Opinions are opinions. So when you look something up, you could find out if it's true for a fact or not. Like when that girl said that all the Epstein victims were 17 years old, and I went to the Department of Justice.gov and I found out they were 13 and 14. That's a fact. That's not something you can dispute. Anything coming from that guy is a lie. Well, the people in blue with the wrenches in here, they were here for the entire thing, the exposure of this guy and everything. It's still actually going on. Angel still fights with that guy to this day. So Lauren, you, sir, are a scumbag. Is that right? Sure. Yeah. It's sad that we live in a country where everybody else is held to a more higher standard than our own president has to be. Isn't that a fucking shame? It's a shame. Wait, so MRE was fucking with you, so you got this info and gave it to Angel? What for? No. MRE was fucking with me, and I told him, if you keep fucking with me, I'm going to find out who you are, and I'm going to let the whole world know. You know? What by the whole world? I just mean YouTube, you know? And he didn't believe me. He thought nobody could find his information. And then I found it. His first name is Nicholas. He's from Providence, Rhode Island. And he is a full-blown white supremacist who was caught in a case where he should have gotten 20 years in prison. And instead, the case just mysteriously disappeared. So I provided her with that info just so she could separate herself from him before we put the info out there later that night. She didn't take our advice, and now she lives with that forever. You know? So I'm fine, Rachel. Yeah. You'll have a real story to mess with for a while. A real story to mess. I don't know what you're saying in here, Valued Record Shappy. I don't know what you're saying. I wonder if Trump supporters understand there's a difference between news and news commentary. I don't think so. He made the news in Rhode Island. Oh yeah. He's yeah. It was a huge story. It was in Breitbart and every fucking thing else. Yeah. So, but people, many people on here have thought that I can't find out who they are, and they were pretty disappointed in the end when I did, because I always do. Fantasy store. Okay, that's fine. Of course, I just told you. Angel Gotti, she has a channel on here. She's John Gotti's daughter. You could go look up her channel anytime you'd like. Go subscribe, give her a view. Why not? Idolizing. Go in her chat and say, Angel Gotti, this guy on this politics show named Chris told me about a guy named MRE as a white supremacist. Is this true? And see what she says. You got to check what I post, man. You'll have a blast talking shit about it. Oh, I saw some of your stuff, but it's about files and weird shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Idolizing Donald Trump is like pretending the stripper really likes you. 100%, Tara G. Guess you're all talk. You still haven't given me your name. So it would be you that's all talk. I'll tell you what, I'm looking at the chat right now. Now, go ahead and give me the... go ahead and give me your name. Let's go to Angel Gotti. Go ahead. She'll probably be on tonight. No, you didn't. If you did, Cadota is not attractive. You would just do it right now. You would just give it to me now. What is there to lose? You can't put it in more than once. Talking about MAGA people. Have you heard 9F, the terrible thing happened people by illegal immigrants? Have I heard of the terrible thing happen people by illegal immigrants? Holy shit. I know of some things, yeah. Dakota. Oh, your first name is Dakota? Oh, well, that's all I need then. You stupid fuck. Yeah, all I got to do is look up people named Dakota, and I'll narrow it right down to you. Am I an atheist? Oh, yes. Oh, my God, yes. Without a doubt. Blah, blah, hypocrite. Okay, get help, bro. I'm working on it. Again, Trump is mentioned in 70% of the Epstein emails documented. 1,686 times he's in those Epstein emails, more than anyone else. Trump is the man. The left is out of control. Yeah, it's not the right that's out of control. The people taking away Medicare and raising taxes on the poorest people to give the richest people tax breaks and worried about building $300 million ballrooms while people fucking starve and sending $40 billion to Argentina just because Trump likes the leader. Yeah, that's not out of control. It's totally the left that's nuts. If you sound like you're speaking broken English, you cannot talk trash about illegals. LOL. Well said, Armand. Hey, Armand, I told this story because I was trying to use it as an example. I told the story of Angel and MRE, and they don't believe me. They don't believe. They said it's a fake story. The facts don't care about your feelings, MAGA. They don't. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. His name is not on the Epstein list. Quit reading the headline. I never said it was on the list, fuckface. Samuel, why do you put words in my mouth? I don't know that it's on the list. That's why we want the list, to see if it's on there. But it's in the files. That's a fact. Pam Bondi told Donald Trump that herself. So I don't know if he's on the list, but I would be kind of shocked if he isn't. So, and I don't read headlines, bro. I don't read newspapers. I don't watch CNN. I don't listen to MSNBC. None of that horse shit. Suck it up. You guzzled the Nazi Kool-Aid of MAGA. Most of them identify as white, though. They have a good reason to have a problem with him. Never trust a man with a fireman's hat and eye patch. Oath keepers, feds confirmed. All right. His name is not on the Epstein list. Quit reading. Okay, you said it again, I guess. All right. The files are different. But I never said he was on the list. And if you could find me a clip of me saying he was on the list, then I'll shut down my channel forever. Because I don't say shit. I don't just throw shit out there without knowing for a fact. We know for a fact he's all over the files. We don't know that he's on the list. It's just like, and you can't deny it because I even said a minute ago, there's no proof he went to the island, just that he was on the flight logs. And some of those trips, him and Epstein were going to Atlantic City and places like that. I was trying to make the point that when people say Bill Clinton went to the island, you have nothing more on Bill Clinton than you have on Trump. Bill Clinton's in the flight logs too, except for one huge difference. Bill Clinton had already been president for 8 years when he started hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein, meaning that he had the Secret Service with him everywhere he went, including on Epstein's plane. And all those trips are documented. It was all for humanitarian reasons. They were going to Africa and shit for the Clinton Foundation. So, but I never say anything I don't know for sure. And I don't know that Donald Trump's on the list. But where there's smoke, there's fire. It would be shocking if he isn't. They should see the scumbag she's teamed up with now. LOL. She definitely moved up in the world. Yeah. I don't know if I could say, well, I can't say he's worse than MRE because we found out MRE is most likely a diddler. So, but he's damn close. What are you talking about? Man, this could be a great comedy show. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is too, but I don't know it for a fact. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know. Sad. But I'm not like MAGA. MAGA goes nuts, and they're like, "Fucking Robert De Niro sucks." Like, we're in a community, not the politics, but the other shows filled with Italian people, and they hate Robert De Niro just because he doesn't like Trump. I'm not a maniac like that. Hear that, Chris? The pics Putin has of Trump blowing Bubba have been leaked. Shut up. Yeah, right. I wish. Yeah, right. Who's facts? Biased media. No. Actual facts. Actual facts. What confuses me is MAGA gets offended when you say they're in a cult, but don't listen to facts and the truth and any truth's just like a cult. You voted for a convicted rapist and act like that's normal. What the fuck? I know, it's very strange. Yeah, listen, you guys are closer to being traitors than you are to being patriots. Liberals go nuts about everything. You all have Trump arrangement syndrome, crybaby. Okay, well, I'm not a liberal by any stretch of the imagination, so whatever you say. Biden is a pedo. His daughter's diary said so. No, it didn't. His daughter's diary said they took showers, which were probably not appropriate. She never said he molested her, never said an age. You guys like to say she was a teenager, never said an age. She introduced her father at the DNC. She loves him to death. She's always with him. And she's said that her words in that diary were grossly misinterpreted and taken out of context. So they never said that. She never said that. Good. I'm glad I can make you laugh. Hey, don't forget what you call Maggie. You call them fascist. You call them racist. Wow. MAGA is fascist and racist. Yeah, absolutely. At least Trump is a fascist and MAGA supports him. And of course, they're racists. Otherwise, they wouldn't vote for Donald Trump. Obama, Clinton, all them bid on Epstein. That's just you saying it. There's actually literally zero proof that Obama really had anything to do with Epstein other than a picture or two. You know, his name isn't even on the list of people who are expected to be on the Epstein list. How am I a hypocrite? Tell me how. I vote Democrat. Yeah, but I'm not a liberal. I don't believe in most liberal things. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I'll get myself fucked up here. But you know, people like to come on here, for example, they think I'm a liberal because I don't like Trump. They've been brainwashed into believing anybody who doesn't like Trump is a liberal. So they come in here and they say, what's a woman, for example? And they're highly disappointed when I answer anybody with a pussy, a natural pussy, one you were born with, you know? Like if you were born with female reproductive organs, in my opinion, then you're a woman and that's the only way. But they expect me to say, well, all you got to do is put on a wig or something like that. And I'm not that guy. Also, guns, loved guns my whole life. You know, I think everybody should have guns personally. Well, maybe not everybody. There's some people who should be excluded, you know, but totally a gun guy. I can't have guns anymore. I'm not allowed to. I lost my Second Amendment right about 27 years ago. But when I was doing my thing on the streets and I was out there and I didn't care about the law, I definitely had guns on me all the time. But now I'm a law-abiding citizen and I would never have one in my presence. Never. I don't need one anyway. I'm not worried about nothing. Wow, Mario G, man, you literally just made that up. That's amazing. Good job, man. You're good at freestyling right off the top of your head. Bullshit. Okay, give me give me an example. Tell me what it is you want me to back up and I'll do it. Well, it gave 24 million people health insurance, Dopey. So it kind of did work. 24 million people who wouldn't have had health insurance without it. And that's not just freeloaders sitting around on their ass. That's people that work waitresses and all types of gig workers, people that did part-time workers, people whose jobs don't offer them insurance. So they still pay for it. But, you know, what do you know about Obamacare? Probably not the first thing. Hey, man, this is my fourth time tuning in. I am enjoying your feed. I will get more into your channel. It's refreshing to hear someone with brains. Enjoy the $30 USD. Buy some Canadian smokes. Without a doubt, man. Thank you very, very much. That means a lot to me. And please keep watching. And guys, hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Chicago is the worst place to live, so much crime. Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. Chicago's a nightmare. But red states actually have the highest rates of violent crime. That's actually true. Democrats are brainwashed Trump, the arrangement syndrome people. Okay. The arrangement syndrome. You know, it's derangement. Do you really think it's the arrangement? Okay. We don't need to defend Biden to prove that Trump is a criminal and a shit piece. No, we don't. Obama was home with his wife. Probably. The weird thing is Epstein was a billionaire financial expert and a pervert. There might be a connection there. Maybe. Get over Trump, your president. Stop crying like a bitch. Get over Trump, your president. I know he's the president. I know. You guys still bitching about that 2020 election? Because you still talk about Biden to this day. What about Hunter's laptop? Talk about that at all? Yeah, I don't know, JGB. That's normal, bro. There's something wrong with people who align with the party they vote with on every single issue. Yeah, I certainly don't. I don't. There's a lot of shit with Democrats I don't align with. But you know, as a person who's like a regular middle class person who works for a living, I know what's in my best interest, and it's not Republicans. That's why Republican states are the poorest states in the country. They keep voting for Republicans. He still has the Dunning-Kruger effect. He had to look up the definition of stupid. El Cheapo, why don't you call me and let's debate? I offer you this every show. Why don't you do that? Why don't you call me and let's debate? And no, I didn't off the top of my head know what the Dunning-Kruger effect was. So fucking what? Who cares? I'm still 1,000 times smarter than you. You know how I know? You vote for fucking Donald Trump. You're an idiot. So that's how I know. And of course, you're terrified to dial that number because I've challenged you many times. So you like to come in here and talk shit and then not actually face me in any way, you know, because you're a coward. I know. There we go. That's how we solved that problem. Wait a minute. What happened? This guy is such a moron. Sure I am. Yeah, I know. What was I just looking at? Somebody. Fuck, I don't know. I lost it. Oh, Trump can't be a fascist? It's impossible? Why is that, Mike Ramey? How you figure? He can't be a fascist? Why? Curious to hear this. Mike is my buddy, but I'm curious to hear this. But Republican states are the most affordable. Not really. I've been trying to move to Florida. Do you know how much it fucking costs to live there? Depends. But they're the poorest, least educated states in the country. That's a fact, you know? So, shouldn't felons' Second Amendment be restored after 10 years of a clean record? I'll go with 7, Jorge. I think it should be 7, God damn it. And I haven't had a felony for 9 years, and I want my Second Amendment rights back. But the highest test states, what does that mean? Florida sucks to live in. That's what a lot of people tell me. I just want to be near the beach. You can't afford to live in Chicago, New York, or California. What do you mean, me? Just me personally? Or just people? Yeah, it's super expensive, no doubt. In Florida, again, Florida's Manhattan now, basically. Anywhere you want to move in Florida, anywhere. I don't care if it's Inglewood. I don't care if it's Boynton Beach. I don't care if it's fucking, it doesn't matter. It could be Port Charlotte. It could be Orlando. It could be Kissimmee. It could be Naples. It could be fucking Tampa Beach or Tampa Bay, whatever. You're lucky if you could find a 2-bedroom apartment for $3,000 a month. And there's a good reason for that too. It's called BlackRock, you know. By 2030, they're going to own 60% basically of all real estate. They'll just jack up the prices so people have no choice but to pay. Florida, you don't pay taxes. No. Florida, you don't pay state income tax, which is 3% of your income. So that's it. You pay every other tax. You got to pay sales tax. You got to pay federal tax. You got to pay all that. It's just 3%, your state income tax. That's all you don't have to pay. Tammy Stanzel, $5. Thanks for combating the MAGA mentality. That's what I'm here for. Thank you for contributing. Move to Georgia, nice 10 acres under 100 grand. What? Are you serious? I'd do that in a heartbeat. Nick, okay, call me. 410-941-9850. Certificate of release of disability can get you the right to own a firearm if time has passed since the felony. I know, but you know what sucks, bro? If you have more than one, doesn't work. Or if you have violent felonies. I don't have violent felonies, but I have more than one felony. And because of that, I can't get that shit. Breaks my fucking heart. Drop the phone number, Chris. This will be fun. Oh, yeah, I'm down. Red states are agriculture states with large minority population. So what? What does that matter? What does that matter? I mean, it changes the fact that the red states are the poorest states and also the least educated. That doesn't clue you into the fact that, you know, it's because Republicans run those states. It's so funny. You love to say that blue cities are so fucked up because Democrats run them, but you won't admit that red states are fucked up because Republicans run them. It's astonishing to me. And they have the highest violent rates of crime, the highest rate of crime, violent crime is in red states. And that you can't blame that all on blue cities in those states either. The Republicans, it is their mission to keep poor people poor. And anywhere where there's poverty, there's going to be crime. You know, and they don't want you to be smart. Don't take my word for it. How many times have you heard politicians say, don't go to college? Charlie Kirk used to do it all the time, but a lot of Republican politicians too. Don't go to college. Don't go to universities. It's a waste of time. Meanwhile, they all went to colleges and universities, and they all send their kids there. Why do they tell you that? Because they don't want you to be educated. Educated people vote for Democrats. If you don't believe that, look up the 2024 electoral map by level of education. The blue states are the wealthiest, most well-educated states in the country, and the red states are the poorest, least educated states in the country. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Angel just made a post. Oh, yeah, about what? Me? Am I in trouble? Economy under Republicans versus Democrats. Has anyone bothered to research that? Oh, yeah. Republicans destroy the economy and Democrats come in and fix it every time. It's more than 3%. It depends on income, you fool. No, state income tax in Florida is generally about 3%. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if you make $1 million a year, you pay 1%. If you make it's state income tax, bro. That's how it works. It's a percentage. Blue state government destroyed the blue states. Please stay out of red states. Except for the fact that without blue states, the red states would be bankrupt. It's so funny when you guys say that because blue state governments destroyed blue states, yet blue states, as a matter of fact, have the highest rates of education and they're the wealthiest. Isn't that some shit? They're the wealthiest states and the best educated because they vote for Democrats. Democrats believe in education and stuff like that. You know, so they didn't destroy blue states because New York and California pretty much pay for the rest of the country. All those red states are taker states. New York and California, those are giver states, donor states. Okay. So like California, for example, puts into the federal government $75 billion or $85 billion more than it takes out. Whereas Texas takes out $75 billion more than they put in. Holy shit. Hold on. Fuck. Oh, fuck. My wife is going to kill me. Son of a bitch. Murder. What murder? Let me get down here. Wait. What was that? Oh, God damn. This fucking thing don't want to work. Yeah, and Florida is about 3%, Gary Burns. I've looked this up because I'm trying to move to Florida. There aren't corporations in the capitalism sense. With fascism, it's all government, state-run, no unions. The government control the workers. Oh, wait a minute. I guess I didn't see your earlier comments. But I don't understand how Trump can't be a fascist. Fascism is, I mean, he's clearly an authoritarian and everything else. He disobeys orders from fucking the courts, federal judges. You know, he does whatever the fuck he wants. He's made it clear he wants to be a dictator. He went out of his way to put his loyalists in charge of departments and bureaus so that he could pretty much circumvent Congress and just do whatever he wants. I mean, he's a fascist in every sense of the word. Plus, he's a hateful motherfucker who, you know, is okay with, you know, Hitler and shit like that, for an example. He actually admires people like that. I have one, bro. I keep asking people to call in. They won't call in. I mean, I've had people call in, but tonight they won't do it. 90% of the universities in the U.S. are majority Democrats, so naturally they create more Democrats. It's not a tough math problem. Or people that are educated are smart enough to know which party they should vote for. It could also be that. You just made that up. 90% of the universities are run by Democrats. Is that what you're saying? I'd like to see the credible source for that. No, people get educated and they realize Republicans have one purpose: to make the rich richer. Democrats, not the same. Democrats help people who need it. Don't get me wrong. They also help the rich get richer. But most of the shit we enjoy today is Democrat policies. Everything: Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, unemployment, the 40-hour work week. All this shit is because of Democrats. With Republicans, you'd have none of it. Republican policies are not appealing. That's why in the 80s, they started doing the culture war thing. That's why they got you guys so distracted with trans people and women's sports and, you know, Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs, and Obama's going to be arrested, but he never gets arrested. They keep you guys. Wait, what was I getting at? Hold on. I think I just fucked myself up there. Where was I at? I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, no, I was on point there. Yeah. They distract you with all this shit about gay people and trans people and all these things they know you hate, so you won't see that they're robbing you blind, which is what Trump has been doing for a long time now. He's been robbing you fucking blind. You know, Donald Trump is the most corrupt president in U.S. history. The man has made $3.8 billion just in his second term off the office of the presidency. 2.8 billion. Or $3.8 billion. If I said 2.8, I'm sorry, 3.8 billion. 40% of his net worth he's accumulated just since taking office in January 20th. Anyway, guys, I got to get going because my wife is going to kill my ass. Please hit the like button and subscribe right now, especially if you agree with me. It's free. Help me out. Hit the like button and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time, which will probably be in a few hours. Good night.